Bismillah Rahman Rahim, Assalamu Alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Dawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, we discuss football. In the World Cup qualifier, Pakistan have been beaten by Jordan 3-0 in the match that was played at the Jinnah Stadium in Islamabad. Jordan had the better of us. They scored their first goal, courtesy of that penalty as well. But the fact is that once a team has scored 2 goals in the first 6 to 8 minutes of a game, it's very difficult to come back. Then, of course, they went on to score the the third goal in the 86th minute, and if you talk about their percentage, it was absolutely superb when you talk about the stats as well. But Pakistan played well. They need all the credit that they can get, and I really must give credit to all of you football fanatics who turned out in great numbers to support Team Pakistan as well and to support the visiting team Jordan. I think that's the great part about Pakistan, especially our football fans. They turned out in good numbers. So congratulations to all of you. Unfortunately, the result is not in our favor, but now Pakistan is traveling to Jordan to play the second half of this game as well. When you talk about the second leg, of course, it will be played in Jordan. But the fact is that Jordan, we understand the quality that they possess. Even their coach said that football is the most popular sport in our country. And therefore, I think they've got the infrastructure, they've got the resources, that's where they're producing results. But for us, I think once you have a camp where players, get to play with each other, try to build a synergy in just a week or 10 days, then you can't expect results. Even Pakistan's coach has said that our prime focus right now is to develop a team for the future, and our focus right now is on the SAF Cup and the Asian qualifiers. So he made it very clear where the balance is lying as well. So we'll talk about that in detail. Then, of course, we move on and we discuss cricket in detail, where in cricket, first of all, Sri Lanka's tour to Bangladesh with the first test match of the 2-match series is underway. Bangladesh won the toss and chose to field. Sri Lanka were bowled out for 280 runs on their very first day. So interesting, but then again, Test cricket is always great to watch because it is the real pinnacle of the game as well. Then we discussed New Zealand's tour to Pakistan. Mohsin Naqvi, chairman PCB's consultation with PCB officials. Selection of players for training and fitness camp. The chairman wants selection of players on merit and performance. So he's, I think, stressed this from time and time again since he's taken office, that selection would be based on merit and it would be based on the fitness criteria and performance of players as well. And he also wanted to empower the selection committee, which we will be talking about today in detail as well. Then, of course, Naseem Shah has become the most expensive overseas player in the 100. Birmingham Phoenix have acquired Naseem Shah for £125,000. Imad Wasim has signed a contract by Trent Rockets. Shaheen Shah Afridi is going to be playing for Welsh Fire. 4th edition of the 100 starts from July. So, of course, we'll talk about that in detail as well. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios, we have been joined by a sports expert who's going to be talking about in detail, analyzing Pakistan's chances as well. When you talk about cricket, when you talk about football, when you talk about any sport, he's always there. Mr. Ali Mehdi joins us. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Ali?
I'm very well. Thank you for the introduction.
Great to have you on the show. We've also been joined by a cricket commentator, international broadcaster and presenter. You see him on many platforms, and he's also our sports expert, Qiyasif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well.
Great to have you on the show. Now, Ali Mehdi, let's just, I think, analyze the game where Pakistan went wrong tactically. But before that, I think when you talk about the difference between the two teams, we did realize that Jordan is a league apart from Pakistan. They've been absolutely exceptional in the even recently they were in the final against Qatar as well, so we understand the quality that they were carrying. But before that, I just want to show a small clip of that penalty that was saved. If we can just have a look at that, and then me and Ali can elaborate it further. Well, there you have it. Terrific stuff. So like I said, that the silver lining for Pakistan was our goalkeeper, who was exceptionally brilliant. Otherwise, the scoreline would have been even more. Ali, how do you analyze this game? Where did Pakistan go technically wrong?
Well, if you look at Pakistan, the fact of the matter is that, it was poles apart, Jordan versus Pakistan. I mean, they were on another planet. And it shows their ranking and the fact that they are the Asia Cup runners-up, which recently concluded in Qatar. I mean, that they're worlds apart. They were much better tactically. They were better. They attacked. They found those intricate passes also. They also got the balls from the flanks too. But the fact of the matter is that Pakistan actually looked disjointed over here. And, we have to be very proud. Pakistan has come to this, the stage second round. They're playing against the runners-up. But the fact of the matter, as you mentioned, the silver lining has to be the keeper. The keeper made a brilliant penalty save. He made a lot of saves too. But the thing over here with Pakistan is that they couldn't find that fluidity, Ahmed, in the middle of the pitch onto the opposite box too. They couldn't attack, they couldn't get through, find that final third, and when you can't find that final third, you're not going to score goals. I mean, you really need to have that sort of strategy that how you're going to attack the other side. You're going to go on counter-attack, or you're going to probably play possession-based football. They didn't have that, and unfortunately, the Jordanians pounced on Pakistan, and full credit to them for actually scoring 3 goals against Pakistan.
Certainly. Asif, I want people to understand, whether it's any sport, cricket, football, or any sport at all, you can't expect results overnight, and you can't expect a team to perform with synergy if they've been given the task of having a training camp in just the 7 to 10 days before a game. This is a process that should have at least started 6 months to a year before.
Well, I think that right before the show, you were telling me that we don't have elected body for the Football Federation.
Yes.
And the ad hoc is going on, and I think that millions of the dollars, the fund is still pending with the FIFA. And Pakistan Football Federation, I think that now this is the best time, as I was talking to different my friends, that more than 10,000 spectators were in the ground even when they were fasting, and they were watching this game and supporting Pakistan football team. This is so unfortunate, that the Football Federation is not putting 100% efforts for the betterment of this game. If you see from Gilgit to Karachi and Kashmir to Peshawar, you will find plenty of talented players in football. But what's the reason that so far Pakistan didn't qualify for the World Cup? The only reason is that the Football Federation, I think that they're not working properly, and they have their own personal agendas. Because if you are looking towards the betterment of the game, then you don't fight, you don't go into the politics, and you just focus on one thing, and that is the priority of the players. And I think that the Pakistan Football Federation so far, they have failed to perform, and now this is the best time that the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the Sports Minister, and the rest of the authorities, they should take an action. I think 3-0 against Jordan, though I'm not an expert about football, but I think that it means that your team is doing something, because the Jordanian team is a very best team in the world, and this is what you were sharing with me, that they will qualify for the World Cup as well. So I think that Pakistan played well, but the federation isn't doing so good for the betterment of the game.
I think the sad part is that for any elected body in Pakistan, the mandate is about 4 years or something. You can talk about it, or 3 to 4 years, whatever you want to mention in that given period of time. The Normalization Committee now, with the new extension of 9 months that they've gotten just recently, their tenure is almost now to almost reaching 5 years, which is more than any elected body when you talk about sports federations around the world. And I think that's the sad part, that their first and foremost priority was to conduct free and fair elections in Pakistan and move it towards there. And it's just it's very confusing the way things are going as well. And I think even on that note, Pakistan is also set to host Saudi Arabia in June or July. The sad part is that the lights that we have in Jinnah Stadium are not FIFA international standard as well. So once again, you expect your players to play in that scorching heat in the daytime as well. So Ali Mehdi, it's all about time that we invest those resources. And if about 200 or almost 200 crores of Pakistani rupees are there in the FIFA fund waiting to come to Pakistan, but the only criteria is for an elected body to take over, then you must realize that in the 5 years that have been wasted in this process, you've actually, careers have finished of many players.
No, I completely agree with you, and that's why the newly elected government in Pakistan really must take an initiative, and especially with the PFF president, and actually move this quickly. I mean, you have you have one of the best teams in the world, Saudi Arabia, the mighty Saudi Arabia, who beat world champions Argentina in the 2022 world champions Argentina in the 2022 World Cup, coming to Pakistan, and you cannot play at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the day. So it's very important that they sort out this issue of the lights. It has to be FIFA standard. I mean, I don't see any reason why it can be finished by that time. These are floodlights over here. And it's no big deal. The fact of the matter is that the FIFA funds, they have to come. There has to be an elected body. And the most important thing is this has to be done quickly, because if this does not happen, if it does not happen till June, Emma, there's a very good chance that you're not going to play at 2 o'clock in scorching heat in June, because after the European or the World's European and also the World Leagues finish in beginning of June, end of May, then you have the international break. And in the international break, before the Euros and the Copa America begin, you'll have these international friendly and these qualifiers too. So it's very important that the Pakistan Football Federation make a move. They install these lights quickly, because if they don't, then what will happen is that you could say all the fans of Pakistan in Islamabad and all over Pakistan, they will not be able to witness the mighty Saudi Arabian Pakistan. It will be moved to a neutral venue. So they got to get this done quickly.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we take your focus to cricket and we talk about the first test match of the two-match series between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, where Sri Lanka were bowled out for 280 runs in their first innings. In reply at stumps, Bangladesh 32 for 3. So, I mean, it's all wickets carnage on the first day. About 13 wickets have fallen. So, it tells a lot about where preparations are going. The only positive for Sri Lanka was Dhananjaya De Silva, who scored a brilliant 100. Kusal Mendes also scoring 100 as well. But if you talk about Bangladesh, their bowlers were absolutely brilliant. Ahmed and Rana picking up 3 wickets apiece. And of course, when you talk about in reply, Bangladesh 32 for 3. Vishwa Fernando picking up 2 wickets and Kasun Rajatha taking 1 wicket as well. Asif, interesting, although I think Sri Lanka did pretty well. That partnership that I just talked about between De Silva and down the order by Kusal Mendes as well, that really helped their cause. Both of them getting 100, the reason why they managed to get 280.
Well, first of all, to be very honest, it's a sad part of the test cricket that it's happening in Bangladesh, Sylhet, and we didn't see spectators in the stadium. That was not good news for me, because everyone loves test cricket, and that but the amount of the franchise cricket is happening now around the globe. Right before this series, they had T20 series and ODI series and Bangladesh Premier League in the Bangladesh. But overall, if you see that, it was a collapsing day for the Sri Lankan opening batters, and even in the middle order. Courtesy some brilliant innings from De Silva, the skipper, and that Kamindo Mendes. This is his second test match and he scored phenomenal 100. Ahmed, once again, I have watched his innings, and to be very honest, lovely to watch the way he was playing, not playing away from the body, and a couple of his flick shots, couple of his on drives, couple of his straight drives, absolutely brilliant, lovely to watch. So looks like a complete package, and there is an effort behind this batter, that he had played 44 first-class games, and his average is more than 60.
Absolutely. So 43 first-class and about 78 list A games as well.
Yes.
And he's just 25 years of age.
Yes, 25 years of age. So I think that this effort reflects in your international cricket as well, in your performance as well. And Khalid, the way he was bowling, I think that this is the problem with the Bangladesh Cricket Board as well. He's 31 years of age and he only played 12 games. But the way he was bowling, pitching up and outswing, in swing, and absolutely ripper to Mendes, that came in between the bat and pad. That was the ball of the day for me. So overall, I think it looks like a very good effort from the Sri Lankan batters, especially their skipper and Mendes, because 57 for 5. The recovery was amazing, because and the way you said that the Nahid bowled so nicely, Nahid Rana. But overall, it looks like that the way Bangladesh started 31 for 3. Once again, they're in trouble. They also require a couple of good partnerships if they want to take some lead in the first innings. But so far, Sri Lankan teams, they look favorite after the first day. Even the claps, even the shaky start. But in the middle order, the way their skipper played, that was amazing.
Well, I think, Asif, considering the teams and the conditions, I think 280 is a very good first inning score, if you look at what is happening right now.
Well, I think that the problem is that if you are targeting 280 or 300 in your mind, the only thing is that you require at least 2 good partnerships. Well, Sri Lanka had 1 good partnership, but that was around more than 150, 60 runs. So if Bangladesh will go with the partnership, with the small partnerships, maybe 2-3 partnerships of 70, 80 runs, then I think then 280 won't be enough. But yes, the way Sri Lankan bowling started, and Fernando is a very good bowler. And when we talk about their spinners, they have a quality spinner. So 280 looks good total for Bangladesh.
Absolutely. Ari Mehdi, how would you analyze it? 280, they managed to creep up there as well. As Asim mentioned, Kamindu Mendes was absolutely brilliant, followed by De Silva. Both of them getting 100. That was a very solid partnership that helped their cause. But, just before the close of play, they've managed to pick up 3 Bangladeshi wickets as well. Going in tomorrow, that's really going to help them.
That's really going to help them. And look, this is that sort of a wicket. Bangladesh played New Zealand earlier this season, and they actually beat them. So it just shows that this is a beautiful wicket. I think this is one of the most beautiful grounds in the world. I mean, it looks like like the ground in Wellington, Basin Arena in Wellington. But I must say that they actually Sri Lankans played extremely well. They were in trouble, but then that fantastic partnership between Mendes and then also Dhananjaya, the captain Dhananjaya De Silva, just shows that the fact of the matter is that you need one good partnership and you can get a good score. I think 280 is a fantastic total because this wicket is actually assisting the fast bowlers. You saw Khalid Ahmed and Rana getting 3 wickets each, and also chipping in was Shariful Islam, who got that 1 wicket. So, they really did look like in trouble, but 280 I think is fantastic total. And with 31 for 3, I think Sri Lanka and the ascendancy over here, if they can chip away and get some early wickets tomorrow, then I think that the Sri Lankans will probably get a big lead over here.
Absolutely. Asif, the key element that, like I said, and Ali Mehdi also analyzes this, that if you manage to get a couple of wickets right before the close of play, it really helps your cause when you're going to come, because obviously the morning session, a bit nervous for the batters to come in, the ball will still have some movement as well.
Well, that's right, because that Sri Lanka have some good and experienced players like Chandimal and Angelo Matthews. But if you see Bangladesh side, it looks like a young side. And 31 for 3, you have taken 3 wickets. Now all the pressure on the Bangladeshi batters. And it's not easy to tackle early on, the first, maybe first and over. And the pitches looks really nice and helping for the bowlers. So if the bowlers are pitching in the right areas, the way Khalid was bowling, just moving closely to the batter, I think then the Bangladeshi batters will be in the trouble. And we cannot see a big name in the Bangladeshi side. Maybe 2-3 names you require. And it's good that the entire team is a young side, but even then you require a couple of good experienced players who could make some good partnerships. Like De Silva, the skipper, he played 52 test matches. Plenty of experience there, though Kamindu Mendes is playing his 2nd test. But the Bangladeshi side looks youngster, so there would be a big task for them to make 280 and maybe go above 280.
Ali Mehdi, this is a very interesting fact that Asif mentions, a very inexperienced Bangladesh batting lineup right now. And I think I will even go to an extent that I think that after Tamim Iqbal, they've even struggled to find an opener who can carry on as well in across formats as well. Now with Mushfiq not being there, that middle order struggle also opens up. So the inexperience is certainly there.
No, definitely. When you don't have quality players who've carried this Bangladesh team on their shoulders, like the likes of Tamim Iqbal, like the likes of Mushfiq, or not even Shakib Al Hasan, the great Shakib Al Hasan isn't there. It's going to be big trouble for them. They only have 2 main players, experienced players in the form of Litton Das and also Shanto, their captain too. And if they don't perform, that obviously puts a lot of the pressure on the youngsters too. So I have to say that the Bangladeshis have been bold. They've actually got some experience, the youth over there. But the fact of the matter, you need a lot of much more experience when you're coming against a dangerous side like Sri Lanka, who's done extremely well, over the past few years, and now has a decent cricketing side. Then you're obviously going to struggle. So that's why I feel that the fact that Shanto is already out, it's trouble for Bangladesh over here, because Litton Das is probably going to get the runs, but will have to really do the bulk of the scoring. Otherwise, you could see this as a one-sided victory.
Yeah, but that dismissal was of Shantu. He was nowhere near. He was so late, and the ball just nipped back in from round the wicket, and he was stuck in middle. And obviously, I think if you're coming late on a delivery that is supposed to be defended well, that means that technically something is wrong. It's not just a delivery. Yes, Asif, you want to add to that?
Well, a very important point, Ahmed, and thank you very much highlighting this. If you're playing late like Virat Kohli, Kane Williamson and Babar Azam, even not Babar Azam, Kane Williamson and Virat Kohli, then fine. But if your feet movement is slow and you're not chasing the delivery right with the proper technique, then you will suffer the way Shantu was
absolutely.
struggling.
I think a big technical flaw over there as well, and for people to work out. But I think the newly appointed bowling coach of Sri Lanka, Akib Javed, is going to be very happy. They've been able to pull off some results immediately. So, as soon as you take the job, results are there.
Yeah.
You certainly enjoy that as well. Now we bring your focus to the Pakistan Cricket Board, where has a lot been said now. The upcoming New Zealand tour, Asif, I think is going to be particularly very important, because whatever the selection in this tour, I think is going to define whether words are just words or do we really mean business. Because time and time again, what Chairman PCB has stressed is meritocracy and fitness. And I think that those two, if those criteria are really met, I think that good times are ahead for Pakistan cricket.
I think that the Mohsin Naqvi was observing Pakistan cricket for a long time, and that's why he's putting all his emphasis on merit, that we require merit in Pakistan cricket team. I think this is the basic thing. And we had a discussion with the Chairman Selection Committee as well and the rest of the staff, Pakistan Cricket Board. I think Pakistan cricket team will be playing against New Zealand in upcoming month in April, and that would be a good preparation for the Pakistan team to go for the T20 World Cup in June, July. Ahmed, I would love to watch some new faces, some new players in T20 cricket, give chances to the new players, give rest to Babar, Rizwan, and even Naseem Shah, and bring some new faces, even spinners. Even I don't want to see Shadab Khan playing this bilateral series again. I would love to watch some new spinners, as that Arif Yaqub, he was bowling so nicely in franchise cricket in Pakistan Super League. I would love to watch new batters, especially Hasibullah as an opener, or maybe in the middle order. I don't want to watch again Fakhar Zaman playing once again,
But don't you think we should be finalizing our combination? We just got 2 series before the World Cup.
No issues at all. You have already given plenty of chances to these players. There is no need to check Babar Azam. There is no need to check Rizwan. There is no need to check Naseem Shah. There is no need to check Fakhar Zaman. Please give chances to the new players, and maybe you could find some new talent for the upcoming World Cup.
Are we checking Azam Khan as well on that?
Now you're making fun.
Ali Mehdi, what would you like to say? Because fitness is surely a criteria that is being focused. They're very serious about this, and also the fact that you're going to empower the selection committee as well.
I think it's very important, and that's why this Chairman Mohsin Naqvi has said that there has to be a fitness camp in Kakul over there. So that shows that how much he actually means, how serious when he is when he comes to fitness too. And for them to go to Kakul and to train over there just shows, under the watchful eyes of the army, shows that he really means business when it comes to performance and fitness.
Absolutely. I appreciate that step, but I think what it does, it is also highlights the failure of the so-called National High Performance Center, or the NCA, that is unable to produce fit players, and eventually you have to send them to a military installation. I think for us it is an eye-opener that billions of dollars have been invested there. All sorts of coaches have been given the mandate, former test cricketers have been brought there, but at the end of the day, the only thing you've done is injure players even further, not even given them a good rehab. So I think that is a big question and point to ponder for the PCB management as well. On that note, thank you very much, Asif and Ali Mehdi, for joining us. We wrap the show. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.